Hello everyone, I am Munenori with Japan Import Tackle. Today I'm with a good friend Matt, who loves to throw a big bait. We are here to experiment, field test a new Imakatsu Lazy Hard K.Imae Custom. So say hi, Matt.
Hello.
So show me.
Right here we have the side hooks. Sit on the bait, hidden, not hanging down in the bottom.
Yep.
Nice open mouth design with the Javallon Tail.
Okay, so Lazy Hard K.Imae Custom is a brand new bait. We have one sample for the iCast. ETA USA is originally scheduled for end of August. Now, according to Imakatsu, it weighs 4 ounces, which we tested it. With the Javallon Tail, which Matt is having it right now, the length is 280 mil, and it is designed to dead slow float. We'll talk about the more later. And there's another tail, they call it ridge tail. If you put it there, the length is a little bit shorter, it's a 230 mil, and bait becomes floating, higher floater, rather than dead slow floating. So the biggest characteristics of this bait is, as Matt mentioned, it is a side hook. It has a front side hook hanger, 2 of them there. That is the primary, because many strikes occur. They love to grab the head or the eyeball, so they decided to have a primary hook location right behind the gill plate. They also added the secondary hook hanger on the back, just in case somebody wants that assist hook. You can do that. So that's how the bait looks. Now, Matt, we field tested it a little bit.
Yep.
So let's start talking about the Javallon Tail. What did you find?
So with the Javallon Tail, very slow float up. And on top of that, the action uses the joint more. So you can dead walk it. It has more of a glide action to it.
We don't want to mess with the bait. And they're both nice size too.
Low against the top.
Yeah. It's got an over 90-degree bend.
Yeah. Well, it does the dead walk. A lot of people like that dead walk.
Yeah. Is that how you do it?
Just like that, just a side to side. But that slow rise up is nice.
Okay.
Because what I could do, I fish it and get it down. Right up along the wood. Let it slow up.
Let's talk about your comparison between popular DRT K9
Okay.
and this.
Okay. So I guess to compare to the DRT K9, size-wise, this is a little bigger with the tail. But action-wise, DRT has the low float or high float, which still brings up the bait a little faster than this one. So this would be the mid in between the high and the low float versions of the DRT. Dead walking, very easy to do with this. With DRT, you may need to do a few modifications with lip or tail to achieve that. Very easy side to side.
Okay. You wanna switch the tail?
Which is easy to do.
Yeah.
So on this too, the tail I noticed is notched at the top.
Okay.
So that's how you know which way to put it in.
So that's the ridge tail.
So yeah, this is the wedge tail. The action is extremely different from the Javallon Tail. This one has more of a quiver to it. Very high, hard float, so it'll come up fast. Still head down float, but the tail comes up first a lot faster than it would with the Javallon Tail. A little faster. It's got a nice.
Wow.
Has a really faster float.
Yeah.
Not so much. That tail keeps the bait straight now.
Okay.
So it's all the action now is taken away from the head of it, placed right back here to the boot tail.
Okay.
So you had more usage of the whole joint
Okay.
with the other tail. With this one, it's more of a quiver. Like that.
Yeah.
I believe that there is a weighting system to where you could place a weight here and work it off the bottom. Now when you do that, it achieves a slow action with the quiver that would be good for spring, early spring, to then your fall seasons to work off the bottom. Especially when fish are starting to stage for being on beds. Be perfect to let sit down in a bed, nose first with the float up. And having a bigger profile bait in that will cause a stir with many fish.
Okay. According to Imakatsu, information provided to us, with the Javallon Tail, they are recommending do the suspend tune and fish the underwater tree. Just suspend it there. And wait till big fish come nearby and do a, one jerk, long stay, one jerk, and have them strike it.
Yeah.
Do you see it's working?
I see that working with the way that the action of the joint is with the Javallon Tail. It'll make it glide out and away or in towards the cover to where a fish would see that as escaping prey and be more likely to eat it.
Okay. Now the other one, the ridge tail, they are recommending to do a complete sinking tune. Just as you pointed out, you add the sinker. I will probably recommend using Bariba's quick change tungsten sinker. So they sink nose dive, lift the tail, just like so, and just continuously scratch the bottom and make some noise. Which makes sense.
Which with the side hook design, that makes it very easy to fish on the bottom and not have any hang-ups. or less hang-ups with hooks hanging down low.
Right. Imakatsu team is pointing that not to use the same or larger hook than the primary, because it will cause balance to go off.
Yeah.
So if you decide to add secondary hook, use 1 to 2 sizes smaller than the primary hook. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Although secondary hook is not recommended, it is an available option.
And a lot of times when fishing the wedge tail off the bottom, probably be more beneficial if using in the spring to have just the front hooks.
I agree.
Okay. With the wedge tail, I'd fish it during early to late spring to early to late fall. And I would fish it like a Huddleston with the weight in the front, because it has a tail that gives the same sort of quiver as a Huddleston would, just a little lighter because it has a lot more plastic here to carry around. The Javallon Tail I'd fish from late spring through the summer into early fall. I believe that based upon water temperature, this one would be more productive in warmer water temperatures, and this one in cooler water temperatures. If you feel in these joints here, it's kind of concave, so it's kind of hard to show, but
No, I can see it.
yeah, there's a little dip in both of these.
Yeah.
And then, so when it comes through, you can kind of see in here the curve even more. And you have an opening here, left here. It doesn't fully close. So the pressure of that water helps push it.
Okay.
So it's not a true, it's a V joint, but it's concave and it helps push it around.
Oh, I forgot to mention that this top of the side hook hanger, there's a cover, or they call it stopper to it. So when you cast it, your line don't get hanged up by the line. I guess it's somehow protecting it.
Yeah, so when fishing this, I noticed that the when I would stop it and the bait would slowly float up and kind of turn, my braid would go up on this instead of into the hook area. The deflector. They also have it in the back here too.
Last couple of notes, because especially with the Javallon Tail, bait is really fine-tuned for dead slow floating, almost suspend.
Yes.
You know, try not to use heavy fluorocarbon lines.
Yeah.
Or add extra heavy ring or heavy snap. It will suspend or sink the bait.
Yeah. I suggest monofilament.
Yeah.
I know we did braid, but monofilament probably 15 to 20 pound mono. Probably best results, except for if you're fishing the bottom with this, maybe then with this tail use the fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
18 to 20.
Yeah, if you want to sink it, it probably don't matter.
Yeah.
That slow float suspend, you just have to be finesse it.
Yeah, I think monofilament with the stretch and then having the treble hooks would be nice for Javallon Tail.
Fish did react at it. I mean,
oh yeah.
We saw the fish came up. We tried not to catch it because the sample needs to return to Japan. So we like what we saw, and yeah, again, it is what, week of July 18th, the time of ICAST.
Yeah.
That's when we are introducing these new baits. As of now, scheduled ETA USA is end of August.
Perfect to get for that fall time.
Let's just hope the ETA will be met.
Yes.
Yeah, it's tricky.
I know it would be a great bait to have on the market here.
Okay. All right then. Well, thank you so much for your time, Matt.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.